Good morning, happy hump day, happy Wednesday to everybody out there, and welcome to today's edition of the Pitstop by the Simpit, your source for news, reviews, and how-tos. But today, we are here to chat about sim racing, what's going on in our favorite hobby, sport, common interest, and as always, you, the pit crew, you can be the star of the show by keeping that conversation going, driving the chat behind the pit stop for today's news. Thank you for being here. Hope you're all having a great week so far. I certainly am. And I think everything's working today. Today's one of those rare days where everything's working out of the box. My only question is, am I... I was just looking. Am I just blasting and peaking on YouTube? I was patting myself on the back for having everything working today. And yet, I think my audio might be driving a little strong. We're working on that. I just want you to know that Tofi has been helping me behind the scenes, and Devin as well. And well, no, I'm looking at it here, and it's pretty red. I could turn it down a little bit and be more in my comfort zone. Anyway, we're contemplating going to a full mixer and compressors and all of those things to try to get some better audio quality for the show. That is the next big investment for the show, is going to be a total redo of our audio, which means we're going to have a lot of leftover parts sitting in boxes by the time we're done. But anyway, how you guys doing? Happy hump day to you. Monday, we had such a slow news day, and I thought, oh, is it going to be a slow week? Well, no. It turns out today there's actually a fair amount of things to talk to, so I am going to have to keep an agenda. I am going to have to keep some sort of a pace, and I have so much to move on to. I just received, just so you guys know, I've been working on the DIY wind sim. Mine's been up and running wonderfully. I've got all the parts ready to go for the giveaway. We're going to do a giveaway for a dual wind sim driven by SimHub. My full DIY kit with a little how-to on how to build your own on YouTube. And anyway, I got the final parts to put that together today. It's going to be a pretty pricey kit. I bought the expensive fans, literally $20 per fan on these. So between printing time, power supply, Arduino, monster board, and fans, it's probably a $60 kit at this point. If you have a 3D printer. Anyway, what is going on in the world of sim racing? If you guys have any questions for me, it's very important that you type in a couple of question marks and then your question. That way I will see it. Otherwise, I just see it as your guys' wonderful chat amongst yourselves. And of course, if you have a comment that just has to be seen, type in some exclamation marks so I can see that as well amongst all the chat. What is going on in sim racing? So, 2020 Season 2 starts today. This was actually on the 10th. So yesterday was the beginning of iRacing's new season. And with that, many of you know it's now week 1. So if you're running your favorite series, we're back on the point system again. I need to start getting a little more serious about, like, for example, our GT1 series that's coming up. I haven't made the official announcement, but it will be made in the next day or two. We are going to be running the GT1s. That's the Corvette versus the Aston Martin. We will be running the same schedule as the iRacing GT1, which means that I can start running that car for fun, for me, for competition against the open world, as well as our Simpit Road Racing Series. Dirkquist, Ethan, thank you for subbing in there at Prime as well. So anyway, the season starts today, so it's that time again, the first day of a new season. 2020 sees the return of your favorite series throughout the iRacing ladder, with the additions of exciting new content along the way. There's the Max. Bensonius Prime says that F1 2019 has a free trial. They've been running a free trial for the whole group of Codemasters games on the Xbox and PS4. We've been talking about that. Looks like it's now available through Steam again, and or is that free trial on the PC? I'm not sure about that. 70% discount on Steam until March 19th. Good to know. So anyway, that's good news. NASCAR Racing Series visits all new Texas Motor Speedway in the Class A, Class B, Class C in Week 3. Rallycross fans will get their first taste of the Hell Lankbanen in Week 2 of the iRacing Rallycross Series, the next week. and will wrap up their championship there in week 12. And the IMSA Michelin Pilot Challenge introduces multi-class racing for its first full season, with the Porsche Cayman Club Sport joining the Audi RS LMS. So those are some of the new things going on. Sub hype. I like that one. All right, what else? Also in iRacing, 2020 eNASCAR iRacing Road to Pro Series kicks off Tuesday. So this is the official. It's great because this is like the minor leagues. And the minor leagues in iRacing is starting to get a little more serious than it used to be. But anyway, for aspiring eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series drivers, the eNASCAR iRacing Road to Pro Series is the first step towards earning the opportunity to compete at iRacing's highest level. Open to drivers with an A-Class oval license, this 14-event series uses the vehicles of the NASCAR Gander RV and Outdoor Truck Series and competes on alternating weeks of the ENCIS action. The top 20 drivers, that's the important thing, top 20 drivers earn a spot in the Pro Series starting in November, and they could be in the 2021 season. So here's the schedule for that. The first race already happened yesterday, and they're calling it the Road to $100,000 starts here. Podium Esports talking about, here it is, Malik. Jordi Lopez, 30, just won the highest strength of field race in iRacing history. This is the first race in this I'm assuming Malik is the spotter for Jordi Lopez. Yeah. If anyone ever spots for me at any moment, I just want you to know, please don't be like that for me. You're donating your next haircut. Aw, Joa. Anyway, congratulations to Jordi Lopez, starting 14th, led 18 laps and won the race. Top 5 were Cody Bias, Drew Fairnez, Brian Blackford, and Seth DeMerchant. I'm going to just make a wig. Nice, Andy. Very well done. Here we go. All right, Assetto Corsa. So check this out. I guess we knew this was coming. We just kind of forgot. I forgot. Kuno Simulazioni. Why can't you say that? And 505 Games are thrilled to announce that Assetto Corsa Competizione is heading to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One on June 23rd, 2020. Here's their little announcement trailer. So, I saw some posts on this and some people talking about how there's never really been a serious sim on the consoles. And I know that comment, I didn't say that. I'm repeating what I read. All right, so I'm not trying to upset Forza and Gran Turismo fans because I think you could argue those are quite serious sims. I know, like, when we talk about it, John Hill, he always brings up Race Pro as being one of the original console driving titles that was really more rooted in sim than game. Dave Blair, I do not have the answer to that. Let me check something out real quick. So I know it's going to be $39.99 for the PlayStation and Xbox One game. Players who pre-order will receive free access to the recently released Intercontinental GT Pack, Otherwise, that DLC will be available later this summer for $15, $14.99. The British pack offering 3 will be available this winter. The British pack paid DLC offering 3 new iconic circuits that complete the 7-race calendar of the British GT Championship will be available this winter for both PC and Steam consoles. Ah. There you go. It doesn't say anything about crossplay. I don't see it. It could be in here. Yeah, but I'm reading more and more articles telling you that there's not going to be this huge, super duper overnight migration to the new consoles. So there might be, AC is already on console. Okay. No, it didn't say anything about cross-dressers either. Okay, what else? What else? R Factor. This is the Passion. Oh, we showed this the other day, but this was actually posted not by us. Now, we got our own copy from Michi Hoyer himself. But this is a big deal, and I might not... I got too caught up on the humor and fun. Paul Victor donating $10 through Super Chat. Thank you, buddy. We will keep it going. We're going to keep it rocking here. Michi Hoyer won round 1 of the FSR eSport 2020 series. And I believe his teammate took second, if I'm not mistaken. But, wait, where's our volume? We need volume for this one. So if you're my spotter, let me do the screaming. You do the congratulating. Let me do the screaming. Anyway, congratulations, Michi. That was a really big win. That wasn't just a little win. That was a very, very big win in a very serious competitive series. BMW Motorsport. They're doing the second round, I believe. We'll give hell a good warm-up. Follow the BMW Sim M2 CS Racing Cup live on Facebook. Win Wednesday. So that's coming up today. Ooh, hold on. I just found the fate of my working schedule. Bear with me. This could wait, but I have to know. Okay, cool. I've been delayed. That's good. I needed that delay to happen. That just bought me comfort, so that's why I took that diversion. That email just bought Shaun some time. Okay, so anyway, this is today at 20 CET, I do believe, and you can check that out. What else? What else? Oh, so can you beat Max Verstappen with a time of 1:21.945 at Albert Park? So here's the video. This was posted yesterday. Well, let's go back to this. Where is this? This is the McLaren Racing Center of some sort. You want a challenge? Someone just mentioned that F1's free right now. You could go down that and see if you could beat the mighty Max Verstappen. Just so you know, I did not name my dog after Max Verstappen. Just so you know. I think he waits a lot longer than I do to downshift, and then he just does them in a whole bundle. Is that what he's doing? Anyway, can any of you beat a 121.945 at Albert Park? If you do, please do send me an image. Let's post it. Let's go after them. Let's see. Win F1 2019 game merchandise in their brand new Australian GP photo mode competition. Get all the deets here. So I'm finding this via the Codemaster Twitter for F1 the game. And here we click on that guy. Hold your beer. Win F1 2019 merchandise. I'd like an F1 2019 shirt. That'd be kind of cool. Take a photo, email it to him at competitions@codemasters. Your favorite Albert Park image. Terms and conditions, all that good stuff. Scuderia Bassani. Oh, are you under lockdown? The whole country is, huh? Yeah, is it okay? Is it giving you a lot more time for sim racing? Dirt Rally. Get the complete off-road experience with the critically acclaimed BAFTA Games nominated Dirt Rally 2.0 Game of the Year Edition on March 27th. What? So, here's the announcement on this guy. Yeah, Franjo, isn't that interesting? I find that really annoying as well. Like, right now, I would like to be running the 2020 version. And when you're talking about Codemasters, a company that's known for like 20, 30 patches, I think it's okay. I don't think that releasing it earlier would be... They just have to buckle down once and change the calendar date and do it, and then do their normal patches and updates, but at least we'd be running with all of the 2020 stuff as of right now. Yes, they were earlier than previous years, Amir, with the, I'm not sure if it was May, June, but I know it was earlier in the season or year than it normally had been. But really, they need to be coming out right now. You know what? They'd sell more copies if it came out right now than if they waited. I guarantee that. That doesn't take a marketing sales genius. You capture the buzz of the moment. When the F1 buzz starts happening, when silly season starts happening, when paint scheme announcements start happening, when preseason testing starts happening, all prior to the big first event, I think right then is when I would want to release my Formula One game. That would be me if they put me in charge. If they hired me over at Codemasters in charge of the F1 franchise, that'd be the first move I'd be like, look, we're going to talk about physics. We're going to talk about tire model, crash damage model. We're going to talk about realism and all these other things. Controller support, triple screen support, VR support. We have a long list of things to talk about. This is me being put in command of Codemasters F1 2020. But the first thing we're going to talk about is making money. And in the name of making money, we are going to bump the release date to coincide with preseason buzz. So everybody's going to work late. Let's hire some more people. Let's get a version ready to go. Let's plan out, since we know we're upping the schedule and doing it early, let's go ahead and plan some second releases, some DLC patches to give us some landmarks, some timestamp points that we know we can do updates, and then people give us a little bit of, since they know they're coming, they'll give us a little grace, you know what I mean? We're going to buy time with pre-announcing updates. Go to subscription model. Yeah, that could be an option. That could be an option. All right, anyway, going back to the Game of the Year edition of Dirt Rally 2.0. Didn't know they were going to do such a thing. They have a 1.5 minute trailer here. It was shortlisted for the BAFTA Games Award in 2020, launching 27th of March. Basically, it's going to be a bundle of everything. It's going to be players receive the main game, seasons 1 through 4, locations, liveries, bonus content celebrating the career and achievements of Colin McRae. Players who previously purchased Dirt Rally 2.0 Deluxe Edition or any full season pack can receive the Colin McRae bonus content for free as digital download March 24th. Okay, cool. Cool. I get to kick back and drink more coffee. Just Tom Lartilou from Veloce Storm. We're going to check out his rig. This is at Gran Turismo. Bonjour. There you go. That was cool. I always like doing that, knowing what the best of the best use. Eurogamer talking about elite developer Frontier. They are now making the F1 management games. This is an exclusive deal, by the way. The Cambridge-based developer of Elite Dangerous, Planet Coaster, Planet Zoo, and Jurassic World Evolution have signed a multi-year exclusive game license with Formula One. 4 F1 games are planned, with the first launching in time for the 2022 F1 season on PC and consoles. 3 F1 games will follow through to 2025, subject to the achievement of certain financial performance thresholds. This is for the F1 management style games. This does not impact Codemasters and the simulation style games, but that's a big deal. Frontier, I have played my share of Planet Coaster and Planet Zoo even, and I've even dabbled in a little bit of Elite Dangerous. So Frontier, a company they're on my list of good companies. And you know what else is great to hear about this? When you think about it being an F1 management type game, well, think of their previous works. I mean, Planet Coaster and Planet Zoo are both totally management style games. What's Jurassic World Evolution? Is that like a shooter, or is that like a sim game but with Jurassic Park theme? Anyone know? I would love to go find that out. Look at all your guys' chat. This is awesome. You guys are so great. Keep it going. Keep it going. I love getting that little award for 100. I think it's 100 messages. Can't believe we're not already there. You guys have been lighting up the board. Elite Dangerous. I've heard Elite Dangerous in VR is out of this world. Get it? Planet Zoo is totally cool. I really enjoyed that game. Hey, Michael Nunez, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Jurassic is park management. Oh, Jason, I got to get that then. I'll go play that. I trust Frontier, and I played the other ones to their completion, essentially. Chris Phillips! Chris Phillips, you need to stay to the end. If you're going to leave, you need to tell me. Oh, I'm totally getting that. Chris Phillips, you just bought half of that game, just so you know. Frontier Jurassic World. Totally getting that. Bye, guys. You're going to miss me for a little while. I think, again, knowing the reputation of elite developer. Yeah, they are an elite. Of Frontier. Having played Planet Coaster and Zoo Sim, Planet Zoo, to their end, and wanting to immediately go buy Jurassic World Evolution for their reputation, I like the idea of them being behind an F1 management game. Your wife's a Tyrannosaurus. Aww. Does that mean that she has a big head and little arms? Andy Stetch, a single butt kicker will do plenty, and you can always upgrade from that later. I would get one, try it, find out if you feel that you need a second one before you move on. It also comes down to how heavy your rig is and where are you mounting it. MPD 94 asks if the new tire model makes it easier to save it. That's a great question. I don't know if I have enough experience. I know that there's a lot more life to the tire in terms of hot, cold, and all of that. On cold tires, I would say absolutely not. It is not easier to save. The car is just gone once it's gone. Maybe under warm tire conditions, they come in and then they get very drivable. But, you know, we can... I don't have enough time in the new tire model to truly say anything. No, we did not. Brad, thank you. No, 5 games is running a sale, so $23 for original Assetto Corsa and DLC for cheap. No, and we talked about them because there was a big announcement of Assetto Corsa Competizione coming out on console. That was the big announcement by 505 Games in partnership with Kunos. Do not forget the new camber. What do you mean, Chris? Michael Nunez, our racing league is called the Simpit Road Racing Series. We are right now off season. We're going to get things going in the next couple weeks. You look up Simpit Road Racing Series and you send in an application. I accept you and you're in. It's that easy. If you want to be in our chat, everybody here, audio chat with, everybody in that chat is part of the Simpit patron group and on our Discord channel. And you'll find that in the description below here for patron. Thank you, Paul. Paul Victor with another donation. Thank you very much. Look at you guys. Paul, Chris, you guys just... Generosity is awesome. All right, what else? I hate when I say the word I could almost start doing push-ups for back to work. No. So, Dirkquist asks what we're going to do for the patron race. I am right now, a little diversion. Sorry, this is sim racing news for the patron crowd. It's looking like the only time slot left to do the March patron race is the 28th of March. That's Saturday. I need to get a pull-up bar, Fragger. That's a great idea. There are new camber limits. That's getting really into details of specific cars, Chris. That's why I don't cover that. Okay, hold on. We're talking about a few things. Yes, the GT1 League is what we're going to run. So TFR asked, the GT1 League. So the Simpit Road Racing Series this season is going to be the GT1 cars. That's the Corvette versus the Aston Martin, following the iRacing GT1 Series schedule. And we're going to start in 2 weeks, running on Sundays at 10 a.m. Practice at 10, race at 11, qualifying and race at 11. The Simpit Patron Appreciation Race is going to be Saturday, March 28th. I haven't picked a time. It's going to be like 4 in the afternoon, 5 maybe. And that is going to be the Cadillac CTSV at Pocono International layout. Pocono Raceway International. All right, there we go. We took care of business. That is official. It's going to be March 28th at 4. Trying to make it as early as we can. That's midnight in the UK. So that is the sim, and getting back to the GT1 series, that is the Simpit Road Racing Series. So if you send an application in to the Simpit Road Racing Series. You will be a member of the league. You'll get announcements through iRacing about the new season coming up. Whew. I think we got that all. Yeah, and we're going to have a trophy. I don't have the trophy here. But if you guys remember the trophies that we've done, we've had 2 winners so far in the Simpit Patron Appreciation Race. Terry Crouch was the winner at Summit Point. And Phil Scrutton was the winner at Phoenix Rallycross, or Daytona Rallycross. Sorry, Daytona, not Phoenix. The love of my life. I'm kidding. The inside joke with our group is my love for Danica Patrick. What to recall about her NASCAR career. So here's an article. We're going to be running long today, so I'm not going to go into this. But anyway, they talked to her about her career best finish and fierce competitor, making history, and blah, blah. And honestly, talking about beating a dead horse? No. Sorry, Danica. I didn't mean to call you a dead horse. You've probably heard every word she's going to say in this at some point, at some time, somewhere, somehow. 3D print a Danica trophy? Ugh. TFR says Terry won. We've been giving Terry a hard time. In all fairness, Terry's ability to finish, poor Terry. Terry is one of the fastest guys we have, but that doesn't mean he wins every race. So, Andy Stetch, it's going to be a GT1 series. It's going to be following the iRacing GT series schedule starting in next Sunday, not this Sunday, I believe. And I just need to pull it together. Ronnie Wheeler, it's just about me finding administrators that can help me get leagues going. I can't be everywhere doing everything, so I need people who are willing to take on running on the Simpit's behalf, a Assetto Corsa Competizione console series. Or any series. I mean, like right now, for example, I'm running with Sean Seabrand at Pro Sim Racing because I can't be there at Sim Racing Systems running our Assetto Corsa series. So since Sean at Pro Sim we're kind of doing it as a joint venture. I'd love to have many people helping out so that we could get Project Cars series. I'd like to even have a trucking series where guys can go out and do big convoys together and ATS and ETS, things like that. Very open. We just need more help. And I have people offering help. There are people who are already offering and giving help. I'm just behind on that. But yes, if you would like to see series in anything, hit me up. Bob Jenkins, I don't know. I have a green bar on my end. Everything's green for me. GT Planet posting this about Forza Horizon 4 Series 20 preview, the Speedtail and speedy deliveries. I look at this McLaren Longtail, Speedtail, and is it me or does that car have somehow have a dated look to it, despite it being a very new car? This is what, their 2019 Speedtail. It just reminds me of something about that old Jaguar XJ220, I think they called it. The first $1 million car, if I'm not mistaken. Wasn't that the first car to actually charge $1 million? Someone correct me if I'm wrong on that. But wasn't the Jaguar XJ220, I think that's the car make, wasn't that the first $1 million car? First car to actually charge $1 million. There was a racing series for them too, funny enough. Amir is going to do an oval series. That sounds like someone poking Amir. And he says it was a twin-turbo Ford V6. Wow. Yeah, anyway, sorry, I lost my mind there for a moment. So, what else? Other things, I guess, the Napier Rolton 1933 Napier, 2000 GT Toyota, and some other things in the Season 4 update for Forza Horizon 4. Box This Lap has this. So I saw some people talking about settings in here. Paul Victor again. Look at you go. Big thank you to all the Simpit crew. Excellent show and those who are behind the scenes. Paul Victor, you are one of those people behind the scenes. We just haven't gotten our wires, we haven't got our plan in order, but we're working on it. So Box This Lap, I saw you guys were talking about settings for various different wheels, different scenarios. Anyway, coincidentally, Mr. Thawman, speaking of behind the scenes, Mr. Thawman dug up a couple of settings stories that are out there. And funny enough, they're really timely. This one was just 3 days ago by Box This Lap, Thrustmaster TS-PC and TS-XW Assetto Corsa settings. So if you're looking for some help on what to do with that wheel, go to Box This Lap and you will find that. In addition, check this out, Sim Racing Setups, the F1 2019 best force feedback settings for Logitech, Thrustmaster, and Fanatic. So, two good sources for you guys if you're having trouble with your wheel, trying to get the most out of it for either F1 2019 or Assetto Corsa. There you go, two different sources for you. Whoa, I've gone too far. John Hill, are you in the audience? This is a story for John Hill right here. Box This Lap. Oh, again, Box This Lap. You use it for your baseline DD2. Thank you, Terry. Good to know. Good to know there. Movies that every sim racer should watch. So when I go through some of these movies, I want to know who hasn't seen some of these or which ones you think are absolutely good and if we miss any here from Box This Lap. Starting with Grand Prix, 1966. If you're going to watch Grand Prix is a fine movie. Get some food, get some drinks, and get ready to be there for a long time. It's not a super fast movie. It's not that time, in 2020 they make movies and it's action, 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 action. Grand Prix, you're going to have to dig in for a little while. Weekend of a Champion. I've never seen this. Have you guys seen this? Made by Roman Polanski about Jackie Stewart, one of the greatest of all time for sure. Rodney Wheeler saying Netflix has a ton of racing shows. Awesome. Rodney Wheeler, were you the one who had bad luck last night in our Mustang race? Are you that Rodney? Yeah, crisscrossed Thrustmaster models. Do I need to write this down and go watch it? I love Jackie Stewart. I have not seen Weekend of a Champion. I need to. Days of Thunder, Cole Trickle. Yes, you can't argue that. I love Days of Thunder. And when I watched Days of Thunder, by the way, when that movie came out, coincidentally, funny enough, that was the peak of my NASCAR love. That was when I was a massive NASCAR fan. And that movie came out. And of course, it was a joke. Right? I mean, come on. I mean, anybody who's a NASCAR fan was rolling their eyes at times. But at the same time, you gotta love Days of Thunder. It was a great movie, in my opinion. Yeah, so many great quotes. Maybe the greatest racing quote movie ever made, right? I mean, I can't think of another movie that is quoted more often than Days of Thunder. Truth in 24. I haven't seen this one. I don't get to watch enough, I guess. Talladega Nights is the best NASCAR movie. Yes, Tony Scott. I was thinking that too when I saw that. I didn't mention the director, but I did think that. Truth in 24. Never saw it. It's about the Audi Sport racing teams as they attempted to win a record 5th consecutive 24-hour Le Mans. That was the boring era because of how dominant that car was. Does that mean it was a boring movie? Senna. Okay, I watched Senna. Senna was a good movie. I enjoyed that. It was an interesting movie. Life on the Limit. I have not seen this. Set in the golden era of Grand Prix racing, it tells the story of a generation of charismatic drivers who raced on the edge, risking their lives during Formula One's deadliest period, and the men who stood up and changed the sport forever. I've not seen that. I would like to go see that one. Rush. Yep, I saw that. Of course, I've seen all the Hollywood ones, right? I just haven't seen all the documentary-style ones. Rush was entertaining. I enjoyed that movie. That was fun to watch. I'd watch that right now if it was on. Steve McQueen, The Man, and Le Mans. I'm not sure I have not seen this one. McLaren, I saw that one. Williams, I saw that one. The Green Hell, I don't think I've seen this. Ferrari Race to Immortality. I've not seen this. Grand Prix Driver. I've not seen this. That's Prime. That's good. That's Prime. I can go watch that right now. I have Prime. Pelican, thank you very much. Yes, that was Thor. Pelican, you were 100% right. Cars. It better be on the list. Ford versus Ferrari. Believe it or not, I have not seen Ford versus Ferrari still. Just haven't had the time. Anyway, that is certainly a good list of... If any of those movies you haven't seen and you're looking for it, whether you're talking Netflix, whether you're talking about Amazon Prime, or, some other method of finding an old movie, I would definitely recommend most of those movies. That's a good list of movies. And I should write a couple of those down that I haven't seen. Art of Racing in the Rain. Did I tell you guys? I told you my Art of the Racing in the Rain story, didn't I? If I did, I'm not going to tell it again. WorldSimSeries.com. Professional approach to sim racing. So what's their thing all about? Any day is a race day. Race, drift, time attack. Fantastic track and car combos, racing series, and championships. Advanced rating system. System calculates the precise driver lifetime rating and background. Servers and content. Free and easy to set up. Game servers. Automatic content download and sync all files. Become a star. Start eSport racing. So is this just a hosting system? They have events going on so you can join their little world. Is this sort of like a sim racing systems? What if we start? Start race now. Oh, how to start. Sign up. Anyway, it looks like a place that you can go do some racing. You guys might want to... They tell us what they run. Assetto Corsa. So if you're looking for somewhere to compete in Assetto Corsa, you might want to go check this one out. Let me know if it's good. Yeah, I noticed Driven was not on that list, right, Greg? That movie. I remember when they were making Driven. Just said you haven't seen it. I agree, Terry. I agree. I remember when they were making Driven, all the PR and press that was coming out about it. And, well, yeah, but Brad, see, they actually... Sylvester Stallone in particular actually was slamming Days of Thunder, talking about how Hollywood and how not authentic it was. And they're just talking about Driven, how it was going to be this so authentic to IndyCar and just really, really the real deal. And then it came out and it was like, you got to be kidding me. You made a worse than Days of Thunder version of an IndyCar, which is not as exciting as NASCAR at that point in time. What are you doing? I mean, I would watch Driven right now if it was on. I'll admit it. I would watch the movie again. But it is so cheesy and so bad. Yeah, they street raced Indy cars. Yeah, like that would make it 3 blocks in LA. How to easily clean earwax. I don't think that's our story. Sim Racing GP has a post here. This by Bram Hengveld, who is like the man behind a lot of stuff going on at Race Department. Did I get that right this time? I screwed it up last time, right? The first announcement article, we talked about this already, their new eSport platform. For the sake of creating clarity, please post your questions below in this thread, and the most important ones will be answered in a special podcast or video very soon. So apparently, and he didn't post the name, SGP, Sim Racing GP. So anyway, this is more going on. If you have questions going on about that, you can go post them over there. There you go. The new Borgalt DLC expands the Farming Simulator 2019 experience. So if you were playing that game and wondering, man, this game would be so much more complete if they only had the Borgalt, well, now they do. There you go. Don't stick anything smaller than... I can't get my elbow in my ear. I want to know the impact that earbuds are having on people and earwax buildup. Nothing bigger than your elbow or smaller than your pinky. Yeah, Stuart, if you check it out, please let me know if it's good. I just like to let you guys know where you can go play. And if things are worthy of others knowing about, I depend on you guys to let me know that so we can tell the world, right? Anyway, okay, so this was posted on Reddit. SimRacer Coin. Sim Racing eSport meets blockchain technology. SimRacer Coin, the vision. Can we blow this up, or is this that worthless to me? Bop, bop, bop. There we go. Believers think that blockchain gaming will drive crypto mass adoption and will be the key to dreams such as Ready Player One, which I quote that movie as realism for the future all the time. We believe it will disrupt gaming, esports, and, as sim racing enthusiasts, we want to drive crypto adoption into the growing esport and bring even more fun and realism to the virtual tracks. The project, SimRacer Coin, will be the first step to achieve our vision. Anyway, here is... There's going to be 30 million tokens on their pre-sale. So, who's going to buy themselves some race coin? Anyone? Anyone? If anybody would like to, you can donate SimRacer Coin to the Simpit. We are taking SimRacer Coin donations. RG! Oh! I have small ears, I think. Oh, okay, so this is my moment to congratulate, thank, wish the best of luck to. I am not going to be able to make it to the 12 hours Sebring, but we have a slew of drivers who will be in the name of the Simpit. Amir Assad, you know him as KA Sim Racing. He has really, for last year, Amir, thank you. I talked behind the scenes. Amir, thank you so much. You've done so much to really be the leader of the Simpit endurance racing team. And we've really had some great teams and some great runs and a lot of cars and a lot of races under our belt at this point. They are running in the 12-hour Sebring this weekend, March 13th through 15th. I know Chris Phillips is running on the team. We're going to talk about Chris in just a moment here, and it actually has something to do with Sebring. But this weekend will be the race. In my absence, I'm assuming we're going to get somebody to stream it on our channel. I wish you guys the best of luck. Kick some ass, be safe, and show the world what the Simpit can do out there. So thank you very much, and again, best luck. I'll be watching you. I'm going to be down working on the Porsche, but I'm going to have the race up on my phone the whole time for sure, watching you guys do it. So good luck, best of luck, and I know you guys have put in a lot of preparation, and yeah, should be really cool. Should be very cool. The other day, I took a penalty in a race, and this is something we're going to incorporate in the GT1 series this season. We're going to have a 10-incident drive-through penalty to kind of keep things a little cleaner this season. And if you ever get a black flag penalty, drive through a stop and go, it's very, very important that you not take fuel and tires, because even though you're coming to serve a penalty, iRacing assumes and allows you to service your car. You shouldn't even be allowed to service. And honestly, iRacing, that's something you should fix. You guys make a lot of changes. Want an easy fix? It is incorrect to allow you to service your car during a penalty. So please, please change that. We shouldn't have to deal with that. That should be automated. If you have a flag, you cannot work on the car. You clear your flag, then you come in, and then you work on your car. That's the way a penalty is done. So iRacing could fix this. But during the Sunday Mazda race, we had one of the best races ever, by the way. And the top three were bumping and banging. And so I ended up hitting the 10 limit with only one off track, by the way. 9 of them were just contact. And funny enough, I think I was getting hit more than I was hitting anybody else. But I got my 10 total. And I actually had to go into the pits. That takes me to this story. Again, box this lap. What a great resource. Macros. So you can have macros, you can have commands that you press a button, and you can map a button to one of your macros, and you can actually make it so that you turn off all your tires and fuel. You can have a macro that tells the sim, no fuel, no tires. So instead of sitting there fumbling through the menus, selecting tires one by one, trying to turn everything off, running into walls, just preparing for your yes, it was Ace of Deuce. That was a great race, one of the best. And anyway, on that moment, I should have had a macro. It would have been really nice to have been able. And this is where maybe you have enough buttons on your wheel, but maybe where a button box comes in nicely. Reach over and press that button. It's my black flag button. Boom. Anyway, if you want to know how to do macros, how to set them up, right here, Box This Lap is telling you how. And some of the commands that you have. So anyway, it's just a little food for thought. You know, when we're preparing our wheels, when we're setting up buttons, you got to think about what you need most. Now, me, I'm jumping around from sim to sim, wheel to wheel, and it's hard for me to get a hold of. But if I were back in the day of being a competitive sim racer, my rig would be untouched, and I would know exactly what every button does, and I probably would have a button box purely to have some macros. You can have those macros, and if you look under the chat commands, you can see some pre-done macros on iRacing already, like thank you, sorry, pit in, pit out, that kind of stuff. And a few others like full tire, full fuel. If you're in NASCAR, you might want right sides only and no fuel. Yeah, some people are doing that with verbal commands, with crew chief. But see, I'm a streamer. It's hard for me to have crew chief running while I'm trying to talk to you guys and doing a million other things. So what I do, and that isn't always the same as what I would do for everybody else. Yes, you can use an Elgato. You want to know a really great, this is a great, and you can probably find them used cheap. Thrustmaster MFC. You guys want to know a really cheap, easy, right here. Look at this. So if you buy this from Thrustmaster, and they are not paying me to say this. I did a review on using this as a sim racing button box. You have 5 buttons, 5 buttons, 5 buttons, 5 buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4 rocker switches. This thing's only this big. You can put a little diagram in the middle that shows off all of the what your buttons are. Do I have to find my video on this? Simpit YouTube. You guys want to know a really cheap, really awesome button box. Videos. Oh, come on. God, I hate the new. Cougar MFC.
If you write anything
All right.
on your computer, you need to get grounded.
You get 2 of these, by the way, when you buy these things. So let's see here, Amazon.
Correcting everything as I'm writing it.
Grammar errors, spelling errors. It even helps me find the right words to use so I can say what I want to say.
It catches all those embarrassing little mistakes before I hit send.
That didn't work very well.
around my freshman year because I was just horrible at typing.
Grammarly is like my secret weapon for writing papers.
It's the perfect tool for your resume. You know, you don't want any.
Oh, it's a little more than it used to be, I think. I think they were only $50 back in the past. So it's $74, and you get 2 of these things. Here's my review.
Mode into driving mode, and I decided I'd leave one of these displays up on my rig and go ahead and map it and see how it worked out. Well, I used it in a video. A bunch of you asked me about it, asked what it was, thought, that's an unusual button box, and you're right. And so that's what led to today's display. The MFD Cougar Pack was produced for the flight sim market. The MFD Cougar Pack is a pair of panels that replicate the displays in an F-16 jet. Each panel has 20 buttons and 4 switches for a total of 48 programmable buttons for the pair. Each button and switch is backlit, and the brightness can be adjusted within the software that's applied.
No RGB.
The panels are made of plastic and include a hinge-type foot for the base. The angle is adjustable and can be locked down with plastic knobs. For further sturdiness, there are legs that allow for completely locked down angles of 39, 54, and 72 degrees. You can completely remove the foot and mount the panel to anything, including over a display, utilizing the empty middle to create a realistic F-16 display. The MFD Cougar also comes with inserts that resemble a real display, but more importantly, are labeled for predetermined functions when playing flight sim games. There are also a couple of generic-looking ones that you could fill in yourself, and then you could always write on the back of any of them if you wanted to. The Thrustmaster MFD Cougar Pack goes for about $70 and includes both panels.
70, okay.
For the purpose of this review, I want to focus on the sim racing aspect. Good. Now again, I think this is enough buttons.
Anyway, yeah, so the point of this is if you wanted to have a bunch of extra buttons, whether it be that as an option for a button box or any button box, but having our pre-done macros is where this all starts. Having the ability to, have a button. Actually, you look, so you could have a button that just tells you right here, left front tire to 22 PSI. You know, so if you wanted to have, like, if you were doing something all the time, you know, you knew in endurance races you wanted to bring 2 pounds of pressure out of the tires when it got cold, for example, or the other way around, whatever. Anyway, you can do that. That's the whole point. We're working on all sorts of things in terms of Twitch. Yes, Miyamoto, I am still very new to Twitch. We're working on that presence. We do things a little bit different. It only jumped up $9 MPD. It went from 70 to 79, and that was years ago at this point. NASCAR posting their eNASCAR news. I'm just gonna scroll through it. These are things that we talk about every day on the show. Wild World eSport from Hamlin Archives, Kyle Long's home office, and Heat Pro League preseason. The Denny Hamlin throwback. We looked at this racing rig even. Remember, monitors up on the wall. Kyle Long, NASCAR Heat. We talked about Phoenix and their whole competition. So we've covered all of this. But if you want to see it at NASCAR, that's the important. This is at www.enascar.com. This is the real deal. Awesome. Miyamoto, awesome. Well, I'm not sure if you know about the Simpit on YouTube, but we're on YouTube as well. And we're doing both Twitch and YouTube, slightly different format on each, depending. And we're still doing all that good stuff. We're doing intro to today's show, news, reviews, and how-tos. You do not need separate software for the macros. You just need to program up to 10 of them, I believe, in your iRacing push chat. And then you could build macros to do that also if you want to use software and something else. So Ford, we've talked about their eSport team, Fordzilla. Ford is calling on gamers to help design a new race car. The Ford eSport team, Fordzilla, will help with development of the virtual race car. Ford jumped into eSport last year with the start of the Fordzilla racing team, and now it's ready to pin a bigger project on gamers willing to participate. The automaker wants to recruit gamers to help design a new race car exclusively for the digital world. Ford said Tuesday the car, which goes by the Fordzilla P1 name, for now, will be an extensive collaboration between gamers and its vehicle designers. That could be interesting. Wonder what they're going to come up with this. The Ford GT, they're talking about it being in Forza, I believe. The Ford GT gets an all-carbon fiber look, updated retro livery. That's not what I wanted. Ooh, that looks really cool, though. Again, your guys' chat today is awesome. We are doing great on chat. Great conversation. If you have any questions for me, just type in a couple of question marks and then your question. That way I can see it amongst all the wonderful chat going on. BMW Sim M2 CS Racing Cup explained the race. You know, they're the ones putting on. It was both iRacing and R Factor. In this article here, they're focusing on the R Factor 2 competition and just giving you more explanation on what's going on. Operation Sports, they're talking about TT Island Ridge, right on the edge to free roam trailer. I didn't know they're going to have a free roam, but here we go. Let's check this trailer out.
English rider. James has always loved motorcycles and got his first one at the age of 5. Over the last 10 years, he has ridden the circuits of Great Britain and Europe, making a name for himself in several amateur championships. He's now preparing for his next season with a dream, the one he's always had and that comes back at the start of every new season.
Yeah, Bob, that would be awesome. They're beauties.
James trains tirelessly every day, weather permitting. On these rides, he perfects his technique.
This looks fun.
Setups, and builds the
This looks like a lot of fun.
to take on the TT.
Okay, and then we were talking, yeah, those BMWs are incredible, absolutely. What was the other thing you guys had mentioned I want to go back to? Oh, does that mean they'll make Hot Wheels? That was in regards to this one. That would be nice. Wouldn't that be cool if they designed a cool car and it came out in our Sims and then it was made as a Hot Wheel and the whole works? That would be awesome. TTI man. So, latest, on the list I had looked at, they are not canceled as of now, but E3 2020, everyone plays, it's set to be canceled due to the coronavirus outbreak. So, I was telling the guys, this is a trade show that I usually almost always work. I make, a good amount of the... Part of what carries the Simpit through the year on its low budget is my ability to work a handful of gigs on the side, doing consultation and installations of rigs for certain people. In addition to that, I work a handful of trade shows each year. So this is actually going to affect me. The coronavirus, if they cancel E3, that could literally mean a job that I don't get this year, which is really too bad. Really too bad. What else? What else today on this glorious Wednesday? Lamont, how will coronavirus impact PS5 and Xbox Series X and Gran Turismo's World Tour? We're getting there. We're getting there, you guys. But just think of something like iRacing. They don't do it in person. They can continue on. The traditional esport format is to take everybody in and put them in the one auditorium, have a bunch of fans. Well, all of those kind of things are being put on hold right now. That could really, again, but it could mean that sim racing gets some extra growth. It really could. Driving Italia, they are talking about Frontier signing that exclusive for Formula One. We talked about that earlier in the show. New subscriber, look at that. Miyamoto now subscribing tier 1 on Twitch. Thank you very much. And is hosting us with 15 viewers. I did just see that. I do have a notification over there. It just doesn't happen where I can see it every time I had that screen turned off. Miyamoto, thank you. Thank you. And welcome the Miyamoto Drift group with their 15 viewers. Thank you. I appreciate it. I just missed it. I know Devin was talking to you about it because I'm trying to watch a lot of things here doing this show. But thank you very much, Miyamoto. So we already talked about that. Simfeel. So check out these. Can we call these Husingfeld copies? Simfeel GPX. the crankset made in Brittany. Simfeel, it will chat. I'm not sure what that means. And I don't like these articles from my perspective because they're all grayed out. It's hard for me to see. But this is somebody that you might want to go check out. If you're looking for some pedal set, you like what you're looking at. $599. I'm sorry, they're comparing them. The Simfeel GPX crankset is available on eBay for €425 in the 2-pedal version, $550 for the 3-pedal. FYI, the Husingveld Sprint crankset is $599 in a 2-pedal and $699. So substantial difference in price between the two, obviously, but hard to beat the reputation of the... Yeah, I said it. I got it, Amir. I thought it the minute I saw it. I'm like, wow, those really look like some other pedals I know very well. But the sincerest form of flattery is... How does that go? Is copying. Max! Look at the Max! Aw, my buddy. So, I'm sure this is from the UK. What is crankset? Crankset? I've never heard of pedals referred to as crankset. Miyamoto Drift, your rig. If you want to do that, best thing you can do is email me directly, and then I'll get him on the show. Shaun, SHAUN, at thesimpit.com. Shaun, there it is. Thank you, Devin. Yeah, email him to me. Give me a little background on the story, and I would love to show him to everybody. Even if you join the Patreon, definitely best to send him to my email. Explain to me why Ford is in the truck series iRacing. Isn't Ford in the real life truck series? Is that why? Shannon, did I miss something? Do you mean not? Because it's just Toyota versus Chevy, right? Yeah, because iRacing is a little stupid on that. I'm sure that's what you meant. Yeah, bikes have a crankset. Thank you, Mickmer. Yes, thank you, Devin. I don't know why iRacing has not put the Ford in the truck, and that's a little disturbing, actually. They did add the Toyota, they updated the Chevy, and then the Ford just kind of, and that makes no sense. And I think that's one of the things that could be a very fair criticism of iRacing, is they've been very slow to get the idea and concept that we do multi-car racing, multi-make racing. And in some areas, they've done very well, like so in the Endurance Series and the Blanc Pain or the IMSA. You know, they've done a very, very good. Tofi, is that official? If that's official, that's a little scary. It's already a little scary. Ah, Miyamoto, that's awesome. Thank you. In 2048, Amir. Oh, that's not good. That is really not good. All right, moving on. Let's stick with good news. SimRace Hardware News and Blues. Also, Blues. Blog. Magnetic paddle shifters for your Logitech steering wheel. This is the magnetic paddle mod for Logitech G25, 27, 29, 920. The 3D wrap Logitech Goes Magnetic. So you can actually add these magnetic paddle shifters to a Logitech wheel. That's kind of cool. That is very, very cool. Yeah, it's really weird. And especially in the case of the truck where it really, come on, it's just a skin, right? It's just a shell. It's not like the trucks are 3 different cars. They're one car with 3 different bodies. No, that can't be a demonetizing term. All right, what else? We are getting close to the end here. CD keys. So a couple of things. SnowRunner. I'm super excited about SnowRunner. I have sent emails to these guys and have not heard back, but it was almost impossible to find the email for that company. I found their parent company, Focus, and I sent them an email and I haven't heard back. Here's what I'm doing. I am now officially calling out the Simpit Army. I would really like to bring SnowRunner onto the show. I would like to show you guys. I'd like to get conversation going with those guys, maybe get some giveaways, maybe do some multiplayer events with all of us. I would really like to get a PC version of SnowRunner. I would like to get it before it comes out if possible. And the only way that's going to happen is if you guys, the Simpit Army, help me out. So I need you to go to the Twitter page, the YouTube page, the Facebook page for Focus, for SnowRunner, for all of the companies involved with this, and tell them no Simpit, no buy. No Simpit, no buy. Storm the castle. Simpit Army, please help me out. You want to help the show? You want to make the show better? Bug the people behind SnowRunner to get a copy here in advance so that we can do proper testing. And if you can find their email to them directly, send it to me, Shaun, SHAUN, thesimpit.com. There you go. Call to action. Chris Phillips, are you still here? I mentioned Sebring and the guys running at Sebring. Well, the advantage of our team practicing in certain things and why I want our GT1 series to follow the iRacing is so that you guys can practice and race with the community and race with the public separately and go out and win races because you prepared with us. Anyway, Chris Phillips did exactly that, and he won his first GT1 race. Was that GT1, Chris? I'm sorry. Endurance. Hold on. IMSA. Chris Phillips won his first IMSA race on iRacing. Look at the list of drivers here. Look at this long-ass list of people. Chris beat all of them. Congratulations, Chris, and I know you were that much more ready for Sebring this weekend. Congratulations to you, and I'm totally rooting for you guys. Sorry I can't join you, but thank you for carrying the torch, and I will be watching you from working on the car. That's my game plan. I'll be watching you guys while I work on our car. Devin, did I? Oh, no, did I? Dave, I'm bringing it to a close right here, right now. I'll do 10 as soon as we get off the last topic so Dave can go back to work. And then I'll do them right before the show ends. So, Eddie Wolfgang posting this one. Look at this badass chassis. This is a setup of setups right here. He's got it all. He's got the podium, Husingfeld pedals, H-pattern shifter, badass liquid cooled. Look at this liquid cooling on his computer. Is this the SFX 1000 or is this just another variation of another motion platform you can build nowadays? Anyway, great looking rig. I'm very impressed with that one. Nice looking monitors. What else? Look at this. Oh, I know that. Look at these key. Are those the Elgato key lights? This is a streamer setup right here. I see the stream deck right there. Boom. The lighting. Boom. Obviously, is in a high-rise building. Boom. I didn't mention who this is. This is by Boom RS7. Anyone know this guy? Anyone seen him doing anything anywhere out there? Whoops, we didn't want that. And then lastly, very important news. So, number one, we will be doing the Simpit Road Racing Series in the GT1. Join that series, Simpit Road Racing Series on iRacing. Go send in an application. Join that league. We will get that going by next weekend. The Friday pit stop will be at 5 o'clock again. So we're going to go right from the pit stop to some community event. We also might extend the length of our community event this Friday night. We're thinking of perhaps we're going to do maybe more like a hot lap hump day type event on Friday. So Friday at 5 o'clock will be the pit stop, not Friday morning. And then immediately following that show at about 6 o'clock, we are going to go into some community racing or challenge, which should be a lot of fun. And that leads me to this. So in the chat here, he's been very active. In our group, he's been very active for a very long time now. Devin Booth is now an official cast member of the Simpit. So I want to welcome Devin. Everyone, welcome Devin Booth. Devin Booth, who is a dedicated sim racer, spends a lot of time streaming, spends a lot of time being very involved in the community of sim racing and the Simpit community, and we've decided to join forces. And Devin is now going to be doing a variety of different content here at the YouTube on the channel. He might even do some reviews. He might even step in for the news, and he's certainly going to be doing some other content. So, Devin Booth, thank you for joining the team. And I just want to give you a proper introduction. You're going to see him get more and more active and helping out behind the scenes as well, with everything from the Discord and Patreon channel all the way to YouTube and streaming and racing series and all the things. We're trying to really expand what we're doing and getting a bigger diversity within our group. I know we all have our own common thing, that being sim racing, but I'd like us to have communities within our communities so that we can have more fun, do that many more things, and I think Devin's going to do a great job of helping us expand that, and I'm really looking forward to what we do in the future. So, welcome, Devin. Thank you very much. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for making today's Wednesday edition of the Pit Stop just a total pleasure for me to do. I got to tell you, we're here for an hour and 15 minutes. It felt like about 20 minutes. It's just fun. We hang out. We talk sim racing. We live our life. We are just dedicated to the sim racing hobby that we do. And it's just great to be here with you guys talking about all the different angles, all the different stories, all the different sims and hardware and things that just make it such a diversified, wonderful, wonderful community. So thank you for being the backbone of this community, and it's been a pleasure. Be sure to tune in 5 o'clock Friday for Friday edition of the Simpit. That's going to do it for this one, though. Get out there, do some sim racing. This is the Simpit. I'm Shaun Cole, and I'll see you on the track.